I started selling digital downloads on Etsy, and in 1 year, here's how much it changed my life. Hi, I'm Cassie. Welcome to my channel where I share tips to help you make passive income. So if you've been wanting to try selling digital downloads on Etsy and you feel like it's scary putting yourself out there, or you feel like you're trying all these things and nothing's sticking, I totally get it. I was in the same situation. At the point I started selling printables on Etsy, I was like the queen of trying all the things and nothing seemed to be panning out for me. So the way I got into making printables was kind of a long road, and it started out I was a nail tech for 18 years, and then we decided to move to a new state. And the thought of starting over in that business just seemed like not something I wanted to do. I didn't feel like building up a clientele. I didn't want to work the hours that I used to work doing nails, because I was working like 12-hour days a lot of days just to accommodate everyone else's schedules. So I knew I wanted to work from home, but I really didn't have a clue what to do. We were new to the state. My boyfriend had a job, and that's one of the reasons we moved there. So I was relying on him to pay my bills, which I was not comfortable with because I am very independent. So I started out by trying to start a blog, and it was so slow. There was so much to learn that I didn't know. I mean, it was overwhelming. And I kept at that for a while, and I realized like this is going to take me way too long to be able to make any money. So I kind of put that on the back burner. I did eventually make it work, but I had to put it on the back burner so I could make some instant money. So what I did then was I opened an Etsy shop selling handmade stuff, and I was selling placemats and table runners. And it took, I don't know, maybe a good 4 to 6 months for my shop to take off, but then it really took off. I ended up reaching my goal of $10,000 a month with my Etsy shop, but I was working 14 to 16 hours a day. I literally didn't have time to do anything else except work and sleep. I was even working on the weekends. I barely ever got to take a day off or even a part of a day off. I was so exhausted, and I knew I had to find a different way to make money because I couldn't continue going like this. And this was definitely not the lifestyle I wanted to live. So I kind of sat down and thought, okay, what are the things that are really important to me? And those things were working from home on my schedule, being able to travel when I want to, and being able to do fun things whenever I want to do fun things, actually having time to do fun things. So I stumbled across making printables and selling them on Etsy. And so I decided to give it a go. It did take a little bit of time for me to get some traction, and I did make a lot of mistakes in the beginning. And I do have another video I'll link down below for you that I share the mistakes that I made when I first started my digital download shop. But once I got going and kind of figured out the ins and outs of selling digital downloads on Etsy, I completely changed my life, and I just wanted to share with you how it's changed. So the first thing is I'm happier. A typical day for me looks like I wake up, I take my dogs for a walk, I come home, drink coffee. I just recently started drawing, learning to draw. So I take a little bit of time and draw something. And then I start my day of work, which is me being able to use my creativity and make fun things that I like to make. And if there's a day I can't work, or if there's something else that I want to do and not work, it doesn't matter. I still make the same amount of money as if I were working that day. The second thing is I get to travel whenever I want to. I live in a different state from most of my family and friends. And so sometimes I just want to take a weekend or a day or whatever and go fly and see my family, spend the day with my sister, or just take an impromptu trip. And I'm able to do that. And I can take a vacation anytime that I want. When I had my Etsy shop selling physical products, I was always afraid to put it on vacation mode because you lose your momentum when you do that because you're not making any sales. And so you drop down in the rankings, and it's possible you could lose some or all of your income while you're on vacation. So I was always afraid of that. But when I go on vacation with my digital downloads shop, I don't have to worry about that because I don't even put it on vacation mode. The most I have to do is maybe answer a couple of messages if somebody has a question or something like that. The third thing is it makes me feel fulfilled. I absolutely have to use my creativity in my job. I always have. Doing nails, I got to use my creativity, and I have to be able to do that for me to be happy and fulfilled. Also, I know that the things that I'm creating are helping people accomplish something in their life. So that makes me feel fulfilled too, that to know that I am making something that's making someone else's life easier. And now I've been able to learn enough that I can help people through this YouTube channel and through my new course, and I can help you achieve your goals too. So that fulfills me as well. P.S. If you want to get in on the founders round of my printables course that's releasing in a few weeks, be sure to go to passivelyEverAfter.com and get on the wait list. You'll be the first to know. I'm only letting 15 people in for the first round, and we're going to work really closely together, and I would love to have you in there. So be sure to get on that wait list if that's something you're interested in. The fourth thing is I am way less stressed and I have more free time. Working so many hours before with my nail business and my physical Etsy shop, I didn't have time to do anything really. I didn't have time to exercise or make myself healthy food or just chill and watch TV or take a walk. I didn't have time to do anything. I was so busy that my health was failing and I just felt stressed out all the time, like I was racing the clock. Now I can work when I want to and fill the rest of my day with whatever I want to do. On the days that I create new printables, I usually plan to create and list 1 or 2 printables, and that's my work for the day. Fifth thing is I was able to move to my dream property in the woods with no neighbors and no mortgage. I'm the type of person, I need to be close to nature. I like being in the woods. I love the trees and all the green and just connecting with nature. My soul has to have that. So I get to live in a place that I absolutely love, that I've dreamed of living, and we don't have a house payment anymore. And not having a house payment makes me feel a lot less stressed, puts a lot less pressure on having to make a certain amount of money for me and for my boyfriend. So maybe a whole year sounds like a long time for this to all come together, but a lot of that time was me figuring out how to make it work. I had to learn the things the hard way, what I was doing wrong, and how to fix the things. I had to figure out why things weren't selling and how I could get them to sell. And then I also had to learn how to design the printables because I had 0 graphic design experience when I started. So I had to start from scratch and figure it all out. And it also took me some time to figure out that I had to target my shop to a certain audience and to find things that I really enjoy making. So my advice to you, if you want to start a printables or digital download store, is to start out by making some designs and see what you like making. See if you even like making the things at all. And then I would recommend finding somebody that you can learn from that can help you avoid all the trial and error and all of the stuff that takes so much longer. You're here on my channel, so that's a good start. And then I would say, think of 20 products that you would want to make and how you can make them stand out from the crowd and how you can make them different and more appealing to people. And then once you've made some things and you are having fun with it and you feel comfortable with it, start listing some of your things, because you're not going to know what works until you just start doing it and start listing and see what happens. If you have any questions or thoughts, leave them in the comments and I will definitely get back to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.